Right, 10 June 2024, and today I am going to give you yet another update on what is happening with the protest preparations. And this is going to be something that we're going to do every night. If we cannot sustain 60 days of everyday life, you can be sure that we won't be able to sustain a protest that goes for more than 6 months. So where we're going, as I said, is going to be very, very difficult. It's not going to be easy. And we have to start now. We have to show our seriousness at this particular point. And I know that many people do not have the staying power. Many people won't be able to sustain it. They will tire, but eventually we're going to see the results. So we're going to see the results of this protest, and I'm going to be supporting the churches. I'm going to be supporting Bishop Nyamakanga. I'm going to be supporting all the people who are behind the scenes that were been mentioned so far. But the thing is, Zimbabwe has gone through this for 40 years. And what is 60 days of going live every night? So good night to everybody. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to share the link. I've shared the link in the groups. And I would like to thank everyone who's been calling me and giving us encouragement. And I would like to thank all those people that are assisting us right now with the next stage. And I want to explain what is going to be next. And I also want to clarify. Every night, I'll be clarifying to you what we're doing and why we're doing it. So firstly, we need to understand that this is a Sadak process. The protest is going to happen during the Sadak summit. So the next step is for you to see me and the bishop and all the other people who are involved at Sadak. So the next place we are going to go to is to Sadak. And then after Sadak, the next place we're going to is the UK and probably other countries. So I want to explain the rationale of what we're doing so that you understand why we're doing the things that we're doing. So first and foremost, there is a petition that has been signed. And I want to correct the problem that is arisen with the petition. Some people say the petition is asking them to pay money. I do not have knowledge of where that money is going. I do not know how the petition was set up. However, I know that there is a petition. You should sign the petition. If the petition forces you to pay money, do not pay money, because I don't know where the money is going. We just want the petition to be signed. Until I understand who is getting the money, then I don't know what is happening with the petition. However, you must understand that we have enough numbers. 1,000 people on the petition is enough. We don't need millions and millions of people. A petition is not a vote. It's just a petition to tell Sadak that Zimbabweans don't want what is happening. So I'm going to go and talk to the guys in Sadak. I'm going to talk to Executive Secretary Mahosi. He knows that I'm going to come over there. I'm going to talk to all the people, Anna Judith Katera. We're going to talk to them, and we're going to present our case that Zimbabweans don't want Mnangagwa to be the chairperson of Sadak. We're also going to push Sadak to say, why is it that you have said the election was not free and fair, and then you are also putting Mnangagwa as the chairperson? This conversation is going to take place with the Sadak. The people of Sadak are going to hear our voices. So that is the next step. And then I want to talk to you about the visa applications. So the visa applications is to the UK and probably to Ireland. So that is where we're going to start, where there are a lot of Zimbabweans. And I want to clarify why we're going there. The reason why we're going to the UK and to the Ireland is because as part of the negotiation, the dialogue, we want the government of Zimbabwe to come up with a homecoming plan. We know that many people who are overseas want to come back home, but they don't have the capacity to leave the country of the UK or from Ireland, because already they are in deep debt that side. Most of them don't even know where to arrive in Zimbabwe and what to do when they arrive in Zimbabwe. So as part of the dialogue, we want the people who are going to take over after Mnangagwa steps down to put in place a process of homecoming, a formal program where someone will get, for example, land, assistance with building, assistance with the farm, or with capital, So we don't want people to just come home to nothing. And this is something that we want to put in the homecoming plan. Zimbabwe has been decimated for many, many years. And we want people to know that when they come home, they're not just coming back to nothing. So when we go to the UK and to Ireland, we're setting in place a platform where people are going to come together and make a plan for returning to Zimbabwe. And the things we're talking about here, they seem like they're theoretical and very high level. But you are going to understand, Zimbabwe is going to go through a massive change. The thing that was started now, it has never been done before, but I can promise you that this is going to work. Let's stay united, let's stay together, let's change the life of our people in the UK, the people in the United States, the people in Ireland who are going through so much of a hard time. Mnangagwa is already capitulating. If you look at what Mnangagwa was doing, he's now talking about dialogue. And I'm starting to get a feeling from ZANU-PF guys that they want to talk, but we're not going to talk yet. So ZANU-PF guys, they must forget about the dialogue right now. We're going to go through the protest, and we want Mnangagwa to step down. That is what the bishop has said. That is what everyone has said. I've talked to board members from the churches today. So the broader churches, I talked to them today. They support fully what we're doing here. And we're going to have meetings with other people in the churches. I wish the bishop was here to talk to me, but I know that today he was preaching. So I'm very sorry about that, that we're not going to be able to have the bishop here. But hear me clearly about what we're doing here. What we're doing is clear and it's going to work. And if you're in the UK, expect to see us over there. We just need assistance with the process of the visas, and also continue to send your monies so that we have enough money for tickets, we have enough money for accommodation, and we don't have to be in a place that we are in need. We should be able to move around very easily. If Wikino can say he's able to buy one person a BMW or a Benz for 200,000, how can we fail to buy each other here tickets so that we can organize the future of our country? So let's do it. Let's help each other. You can go to our website, humogena.com. That is the website here. All the ways of paying are over there. And that is where we need to go and make the payments for now so that we can travel. The bishop is traveling with the delegation, and Pastor Marangi is probably going to come with the delegation. And I'm going to be traveling separately, but I'm going to be covering everything that's happening among the group of people. So this thing is going to happen, and I'm going to be here every day to update you. Do not be afraid that we'll falter or that it won't happen. It will happen. If you guys see me tiring and failing to update you, wake me up, make sure that I'm up here and talking to you. This is what we need to do. This is how we need to fix this. And Mnangagwa is finished. You're not going to see Mnangagwa again. His people are tired of him. I talk to guys around Mnangagwa. They're tired of him. They're tired of his antics. They want change as much as we do. And let's just keep pressing. Let's keep pressing. And all of you keep supporting us so that this thing works. I know all of you want things to change in Zimbabwe. And I know that you support the churches. The churches are not going to use the language that I'm using here. They're going to use softer language, but Isusu and you guys over here, spread the message. We need to keep going. And I know, Kuti, it looks like we're talking now. I know the day you see me at Sadak, there's going to be a different momentum. The day you see me in the UK, there's going to be a different momentum. The day you see Bishop speaking to you from across the globe, there's going to be a different momentum. At the moment, we're building a foundation. We just finished talking to the political leadership in the UK. So if you are within the political leadership of the UK, take what we're doing here seriously. This is what you've been waiting for. This is the change that you've been waiting for. The change is upon us, and do not let this opportunity pass. And I want to leave you with some motivational speaking. So motivational speaking is something that I normally don't do, but I want to give you motivational speaking. When I started Gambaku Media, I used to go around looking for people that I thought were popular, that I thought were important. Sometimes I would spend days looking for someone that I thought this person is the answer. And then slowly, I became that person with the answer. I realized that there's nothing with those people. There's nothing that we can't do or that I couldn't do. All I needed to do was believe in myself. So I'm saying to you guys, let's believe in ourselves. Let's go step by step. Mnangagwa is not invincible. He's going to fall, and his government is going to fall, and we are going to do and achieve all the things we want to achieve. And don't forget what we want to achieve. So if you go to fumogena.com, go there, it's under construction still. There are 6 things that we want to achieve. And I want to walk through those things again. They're at the bottom of the website, fumogena.com. You see the things that we want to achieve. There are 6 things that we want to achieve. And we're talking here about a system. We want the system to change. The problem in Zimbabwe is the system. System is broken. So the system in Zimbabwe is broken. And I want to display for you once again what I displayed for you yesterday. And I'll be doing this every day until you all understand what we're trying to do. So there are 6 things that we want to achieve. And the first thing that we want to achieve is homecoming. We want all of you to go home, but we don't want you to just go home. We want you to go home to a successful country, to a successful life. We don't want you guys to suffer in those countries where we are. I want you guys to say, I'm visiting Gweru, I'm visiting Bulawayo, I'm visiting Mtare, I'm visiting Chivu. That's what we want you guys to do. Some of you have been away for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years even. I talked to a guy who's been away for 50 years yesterday. So homecoming. We want modernization of our country. Mnangagwa has turned our country into growth point. Harare is like a bad growth point. No water, no lights. Roads are like potholes everywhere. We want to modernize our country. We want to create a country so good that when you walk in Zimbabwe, you'll be proud. There are so many young people who are capable and who are going to work with us. We want justice. The people that have been harmed, the people that have been killed, the people that have been abducted, want justice for them. We want strong systems, the justice system, the financial system, the education system. We want this system to work. Mnangagwa has destroyed all the systems. We want free and fair elections. We don't want what is happening with Sengezo Chawangu. We don't want what is happening with rigging. And Sadak has already given us a report. And we want dialogue. So dialogue is very, very important. And our dialogue should lead to a transitional period and then fresh elections. Very, very clear. Keep this little pamphlet. I'm going to print it out and send it out to you guys as a sort of like a paper that you can carry around or as a flyer. We need change. And I want you guys to believe. Let us believe in what is going to come. Let us believe in this thing that we're doing. 17 to 19 August, during the Sadak summit, we want to see a change, want things to work. And as I said, help us with the visa applications. Continue to send your contributions to this website. We've got a delegation of about 20 people that needs to travel. We've been promised support, but for now, we need you guys to continue sending whatever small contribution you've got there. I see a lot of you have joined the Gambakwe membership. Thank you very much. We've got a lot of people who have joined there. That's a way of supporting. I will not let you guys down, and I will not let the guys down who are in the churches who are going to be traveling and speaking and helping you guys, especially the guys in the UK. If that is the only thing I do, I want you guys to come home. The guys in the UK, I want you guys to come home. I want you to be with your families, but I want this to be part of the dialogue. And that's also what the churches want. They want Kuti dialogue produces a plan for homecoming. When I talk about a plan for homecoming, I'm talking about a government program to bring Zimbabweans from the UK, to bring them home to a house, to accommodation, to a business, so that you don't become a destitute and so that you help to build our country. You've lived in a developed country, but we don't want you there doing course. And I've said, this month, do not apply for course. If you're in Zimbabwe, do not apply for course. Do not apply for Canada visa. Do not apply for any visa this month. Next month, stay in Zimbabwe and watch what we're doing here so that it can work. And we don't want to be those people that keep looking for visas. Ukokwamuka visa, you run there. Ukokwamuka visa, you run there. Stop that thing. And I've said it, don't look for asylum. Come home and let those people look for you. Let other countries say, where are those people? In South Africa, do not apply for waivers. do not do anything. Just wait for the process that we're going to take. Mkoma Jonathan, I see you. Mkoma Jonathan. How are you this evening?
Ndizati Mkoma Gamba kumaswera ose.
Thank you very much, Mkoma. What is happening today?
Ya, tiri kungofara nekutenda nema-updates atiri kunzwa ari kubva kwamuri.
Yes, Mkoma, let's talk about this issue here, homecoming. Do you understand what we are saying about homecoming?
Yeah, no, Mkoma Gamba kwe, tiri kuzvinzwisisa zvinhu zvanga zvichingorwadza vanhu zvichinetsa vanhu for a long time. Zvinhu zvanga zvichitogara zviri mupfungwa dzevanhu asi vanhu pekuti vatangire ndopanga pasina. But pfungwa yamauya nayo ipfungwa yazama kuvhura vanhu nekuonesa vanhu. Vanhu havasi kufara Mkoma Gamba kwe kugara munyika dzeutorwa idzi. Tichisiya nyika yedu ichiparadzwa nevamwe vanhu vari kutenga wachi yeGucci 2 million Mkoma. Kubeta tindogara tiri chifudza mombe dzedu nembudzi dzedu tiri mumusha medu munyika yeZimbabwe.
Yes, Mkoma, I want to promise you something. If we pull off this thing, this process, the modernization you're going to see in Zimbabwe is going to be shocking. You should just go and see what is happening in Zambia or what is happening just here in South Africa. There is so much opportunity. There is no educated Zimbabwean who is here, who is not working. And I'm talking here of South Africa, not even Korea.
Yes.
There is so much opportunity. Even if you're cleaning houses, there's opportunities. We want to turn Zimbabwe into a modern country. And it's so bad. I was there recently. What Mnangagwa has done to the country is unimaginable. I can see you, but you need to turn your camera on. Mkoma, is there anything else you want to say? I want to quickly wrap this up.
Yeah, no, tinoda kutenda Mkoma Gamba kwe, hatisi kumboneta. Rekaiti tichitsvaga mari mukundopera kwemwedzi we contribute zvinhu zvese zviende mberi. Bishop Nyamakanga musanete minamato pamberi. Ropa hatichadi, takuda ropa zvekunamata. Zvinhu zvichibudirira tichienda mberi. Ropa harina zvarinoita kunamata pamberi Mkoma Gamba kwe.
Yes, and Mkoma Jonathan, pane point which you just said now, that you are going to wait for month end to contribute. I want to challenge the millionaires and the billionaires in Zimbabwe. They mustn't just look at us working. Munhu ari billionaire ane mari yekuti tinokwanisa kuenda kwatoda kuenda kuti zvifambe. But anongogara, he just sits there and looks at us. I'm challenging these guys. They don't have to talk to me. Just go to our website and look at the numbers that are there. My bank details, my e-wallet, whatever. Send the money that we need so that we can travel and we can do this. I want our people to contribute, and especially the guys who are capable. Vanema means, because what we're doing here is going to benefit a lot of people. I'm telling you, Mkoma Jonathan, that country is going to become a jewel. And we are not looking for political power. We are looking to put Nelson Chamisa where he belongs, Mnangagwa where he belongs, a dialogue and fresh elections. That is what we're looking for. And I hope that they understand. And I'm challenging the billionaires in Zimbabwe and the millionaires. But support it. And the Bishop Manyamakanga Wafambe, all the people that are the delegation, Wafambe. I can see Ato, you're back. I'm going to put you on stage again. How are you, Ato?
I'm good.
Okay, your volume is a bit low. Sort out your volume. And now, because I'm coming, Michael Masora say. Yes, and I'm gonna drop Mkoma Jonathan. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Okay, Mkoma, thank you.
Okay, Mkoma Michael, what do you think? What do you think about homecoming? Twitter say kuti vanhu vedu vadzokere kumusha. Right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, Twitter say kuti vanhu vedu vadzokere kumusha. Chii chiri kudiwa?
I think the fear of the people who are in the diaspora in trying to go home now is yeah, I think I'm getting some echo here.
We can hear you. There's no problem with your sound at all.
Okay, so I think the fear with the people is that there is no real tangible development that has happened, and all of us will be going there, maybe 4 point something million coming back home, and we are getting there. There's nothing there that can hold you at home. So there is no tangible things that you can either invest in or until the people that are in diaspora are waiting. I think they are just playing a waiting game to see if things are going to be fine first before they come. But we need to understand that it is us who are going to make things better as long as we stay in the diaspora, and we do not bring what we learned in the diaspora, or what we got, or the skills that we got in the diaspora. We are never going to be able to develop our own country. It is us that are going to develop the country, and it is us who should go back, whether the things are looking good or bleak or whatever. Let's go and try to build the country together. I think that's all I can say.
Right, Mukama ndinotenda, and as I said, we are going to do a process of talking to people in the UK. And the reason why I focus on the UK is because we've got over 1 million people there.
Yeah.
What we need is to allay those fears that we just raised. Kuti vanhu vanoenda kumba and there's nothing. We want to modernize that country so much that if you go to Zimbabwe, you want to stay there. You won't want to leave. At the moment, if you go to Zimbabwe, the moment you get to the airport, you're thinking, how do I go back where I came from? And that is because these guys,
Yeah.
they've left nothing for you to do
Yes.
in Zimbabwe, only to be a vendor.
And it's also not very, very difficult to be able to raise the funds to be able to develop our country. If 4 million in the diaspora, people that are 4 million, they raise $100 each. That's 400 million that you can raise to start some industries where you can employ people. Of course, it won't be able to employ everyone, but it is a start. If we contribute, people don't really they really underestimate the power of numbers. I was talking about this, like you see the people that are in South Africa, you have 178,000 people that are in South Africa. If these 178,000 people were to just say the ones that are on ZEP were to just say, no, we are going to put 178 million rands into developing South Africa, so give us 5 more years and we will put 178 million rands to develop. All we need to do is to just contribute 1,000 rands, and so if we want to develop our country, we can do the same thing. We can start with small amounts, and we can raise funds to start building industries, and once the wheels of the economy are running, it is easy for other people to then start other projects and to start doing other businesses, and you have already businesses that are already customers to the new businesses that have been started. So it is easy once you get the seed capital, which does not need to be a lot per person, you know.
Yes, Ndinotenda Mkoma, and thank you very much for your support. Everyone who is here, I'm taking note of you. Let's not stop for the next 60 days. And when we succeed, all of you are not going to believe what the power of persistence is. If we're persistent, I was looking today, I've streamed 675 days in a row. We can do this, guys. There's nothing difficult. 60 days is nothing. Let's keep on with this thing every night and call other people especially the guys in the UK, I want you guys to come home. Let's make sure that we come home to something, and we put this as part of the dialogue. Everyone is going to the dialogue. They must know, put the UK guys, they need to be included into a homecoming package. So I thank you, Mkoma. Michael, let me give Mkoma Atwo a chance to speak. Thank you very much, and a good night.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Mkoma Atwo, have you sorted out your volume?
Yeah, I've sorted it out. Can you hear me?
Good. What do you want to say, Mkoma?
Hello?
Yes, what do you want to say?
Can you hear me?
Can hear you. Can hear you. What do you want to say?
Okay. I just wanted to say, no, when people leave Zimbabwe, go to outside countries, it's something that they had no confidence with the situation in the country, so they had to move out to look for the green pastures. So now what we need to do is to build the momentum to come back to Zimbabwe and have confidence with what we are doing. Then that will take us through. Then I think that's all we need to do as Zimbabweans. Let's just have confidence with our country, then do what is what we are supposed to do as Zimbabweans, so that we can continue with our country. I think we can go through, and I think that's what I can say at this moment. And then to our program, which Pastor Makanga is taking through. What I wanted is to add. What I wanted to add is maybe if we can have posters to stick around the country, especially to the rural areas, because those areas there's no internet coverage. Maybe we can do something. That's all that I want to say, Mr. Padua.
All right, thank you very much, Mkoma Atwo. Total round one.
Yeah.
All right, Mkoma Evaristo, how's it going?
All right. Good evening, Mr. Gambagwe.
Good. Let's keep going. What do you want to say today?
Right. Nanduda, I wanted to say, Shokungari Fambe all over the country. Let the people become aware that there's this upcoming protest, so that those who can support can come and support, especially in Harare. Those who are nearby, they can come. Also, the second issue that I want to say, Mr. Gambagwe, is since we are talking of homecoming, there's really urgent need to deal with the issue of corruption. It's serious. When you are getting into Zimbabwe, in our country, at the border, you just realize you are in another place. It's terrible, and it looks like the current system is actually make it a culture. It's now a culture, corruption, because they are doing it openly. They ask for money, even if the person who is manning the gate, a security guard, will tell you you cannot just pass here without giving money. So it's serious. So I hope as we are progressing with this protest, this issue of corruption will be addressed as well. Thank you, Mr. Gamba.
Right. Thank you very much, Mkoma. And I want to mention something. Kuti, leadership. The leadership that we have, why it doesn't work, is they do things without involving the people. Let's change that system. Kuti people do things without involving the people. Let's open up the space. Let's have a democratic country. Like you can see with UK, someone who comes from Zimbabwe can become an MP or a councillor. They've realized that leadership can come from everywhere. Let's open up our country. Let's stop the killings, the abductions, and this thing of kuti power inoitwa nemunhu anotyisa, anouraya. That thing must end. We don't want those things that are happening. And I can see with Pastor Marang has joined. So Mkoma, let me just tell you, kuti muite step down. We'll talk tomorrow. Please come and join, and let's have a chat tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Evening, Pastor Marangi. Maswera say.
Masera say.
Good. I understand kuti muri kune network iri weak. So I'll allow you to. Oh, cool. You can see me. How is it going?
We are managing. We are trying.
I'm so happy that you are here because you are part of our leadership. My pastors, we respect you and we thank you because it shows kuti the word of God and the power of God is within us. Is there anything you want to say tonight?
Yeah, chandingangoda kutaura tonight to the general populace of Zimbabwe is that this initiative is a very noble initiative that any reasonable person and any normal person with a clear conscience can see the much suffering of our people in Zimbabwe. And nobody who is in his right mind of sense would go against this initiative. So I urge every Zimbabwean all over the world, those who are in the diaspora and those who are local here, to support this initiative. Because these people, the ZANU-PF elite, they do not care about our plight. They don't care about us anymore. What they are busy doing is to gather for themselves, for their future generations, not minding or caring about what will be left for the ordinary Zimbabweans. So we need to join hands together to fight this demonic, this dangerous cult that has come in our time to ruin not only our lives but the future of our great grandchildren. So if we remain like this to be silent, then the future of our children is doomed. The future of their children is also doomed. So it's very possible, if you are in numbers, we join hands as millions of Zimbabweans all over the world. If we join hands, we can push this thing through and we will all be happy. And I want to tell you this tonight, that Zimbabwe is not that difficult to build. We can build our country. Within the shortest period of time, Zimbabwe will be a better place to live. We can build, we have enough resources to build our country. Be it minerals, be it our good agricultural lands, our good weather conditions. We can build our country. We can make use of our resources, mainly which are local, to build Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe will be the destiny for many, many people. People will fly in to Zimbabwe and they would want to stay in Zimbabwe because of the goodness that will be found in Zimbabwe. So if we join hands in numbers, we can defeat this ZANU-PF thing. We can also liberate those who are in ZANU-PF. We know Nkomagambakwe, there are people who are in ZANU-PF not because they love ZANU-PF, but they have fear. They are looking for protection for their businesses or for their small piece of land. So they're in ZANU-PF because they can't run, they don't have anywhere to go. If they go to any opposition party, they fear they will not protect them when the ZANU-PF Tagari begin its Tagari system. So they are in ZANU-PF out of fear. So those people, they want to be redeemed. They want kusunungurwa kuti vabude pauranda hwavari. So Zimbabwe, I urge you, join us, join every movement that is pro the people of Zimbabwe, so that we remove this. It's no longer a time for I belong to this party, I belong to this party. The ZANU-PF is thrived because of this. I belong to CCC, I belong to FFC, I belong to ZIEFA, I belong to ZAPU. By so doing, in our millions we are divided. And the ZANU-PF will still remain and retain authority. So if we set aside that I belong to this and party, and focus on nation building, join hands together, we unite together, then we can build a better Zimbabwe.
Right. Thank you very much, Pastor Marange. And I don't think people understand how
Thank you so
power
much. Thank you so
it
much,
is to have you
Nkomagamba.
here. Yeah, I thank you, Pastor, and all the encouragement that you give me behind the scenes and all the guys who are helping with the organizing. I want to ask you to speak a bit on homecoming. I know you know many people here want to go home. There is an overwhelming number of people that have told us that they want to go home. What do you say about that?
Yeah, they must come home, and I want to assure Zimbabweans that your country is the best country to live in. You have much experience. You have a lot of exposure, how they do things in whichever country that you are in. There are many things that you admire in those countries. And we assure you that if you come in your numbers to join those who are on the ground here, to join us on the ground, Zimbabwe will be a better place. We'll build together through your experiences, through your exposure. We know, and through your intellect, we know we can build a better Zimbabwe. You must come home and fight on the ground together. We can redeem ourselves from this draconian system. So I encourage everyone to come home and build the country together. Things will be better for us. We are fighting tooth and neck to build a better Zimbabwe. And we assure you that within the shortest period of time, you will have those things that you are in those countries for. You will have them in Zimbabwe, and have them plenty with your freedom and a peace of mind, close to your families, close to your relatives.
Okay. Pastor Marangi, I really appreciate you joining me here today with all the people that are here. And we really appreciate your presence. Thank you very much, Pastor. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Thank you so much. And good.
Right. So I am really appreciative of Pastor Marangi joining here today. We have many leaders behind the scenes, leaders of opposition parties, leaders of churches. You are going to be seeing them here every day. But what I can tell you is that this is a spiritual duty. It's your duty to make sure that this succeeds. If this doesn't succeed, what is coming after August, you have never seen. So let's make this work. We are even going to be freeing Mnangagwa. You heard what Pastor Marangi said. There are people in ZANU-PF who want to also come out of bondage, and we're going to free them. I would like to thank you, everyone here who is helping us. As I said, go to our website, fumojena.com. That is where you get the payment methods here. We're going to give you the payment methods here. That website is going to grow. There are going to be more features. And as we travel, we're going to start uploading, and the website is going to be developed. But for now, we'll give you where you are going to deposit money. I can see General Wende is here. General, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and you, Gambakwe. How is everything?
Good, good. We haven't seen you in a very long time. What's happening?
Gambakwe, we are planning things, and we are actually going forward with the protest. So you need precise decisions. You need a precise timing. It's not an everyday thing where we do a protest, and we do not want to do a protest. We want to fix Zimbabwe. It's not our goal to do a protest. We did not have to reach this point, but the situation is actually forcing us to do this. So that's what I have been doing, organizing the team on the ground, trying to find out which way to take and how are we going to execute, because the execution is the most important thing. As you know, if without execution, all the efforts are useless.
Okay, General, I think many people here don't understand what I'm going to tell them now, how much you have been consistent over the past 6 months. You have sat with me every Sunday without fail.
Yes, since January, actually, until today, we have sat together every Sunday, And behind closed doors also, we have discussed how we can move forward, and we have been consistent on that, because this is Zimbabwe we are talking about. Without consistency, we are nothing. As our government, they do not have consistency. They are not consistent in anything which is needed. Unoza ukaita ukakanganisa hakuna anoziva zvese. The world is changing every day. So if you do not have the consistency, uchigadzirisa ma mistakes, we won't move forward. Our government needs to be consistent in building our country. Our government needs to be consistent in grooming the youth, in upgrading the systems that we have. Without consistency, we are nothing. Our
another
civilization.
thing that many people don't know is that when you came to me with the petition, I was reluctant to put it up, and you encouraged me, Kuti, Zimbabwe, market this petition. It took us 3 weeks for you to convince me to put up that petition. So I would like to thank you for your vision in terms of the petition and where we are right now. And I appreciate all that you've done in setting up to where we are right now.
Thank you, Gambakwe. As we were speaking about consistency and the petition and so many things, it's not only about the petition, Gambakwe. We'll all learn every day. As I am today, I did not get where I am by doing nothing. I learn. I learn from other people. I learn from their mistakes. I learn from the good things that they do. And I push myself to be consistent in learning, consistent in understanding, consistent in listening. That's why I have been consistent coming to the Zimbabwean people and tell them about Zephyr, an idea of a free Zimbabwe, an idea of a world that have diversity, a world where we do not have the same ideas and ideologies, but we still have to live with each other, and we still have to sit on the same table without fighting, without us having to go and ask where is the Taizamara, or without us have to force the police to investigate. But we have to be consistent in everything. If we have the police, they have to be consistent in fighting every crime. That's their job, to be consistent in fighting crime. Our government has to be consistent in building Zimbabwe and listening to the people, because they work for the people. So without consistency, we are nothing. Our civilization to be where it is because humans, we have been consistent in bringing our evolution. Karl Marx, if we look at Karl Marx, he has got his own theory. The key theory of Karl Marx, the evolution of human beings. We have evolved from there with consistent. And everything without consistency is nothing. Even the nature, it has an ecosystem of consistent. Orange unokura, wakura obereka ma orange rinodona, panotobuda umwe orange consistently. Without that ecosystem consistent, we are nothing. So I thank you, Gambako, for giving us that the platform to keep the Zimbabwean people updated and to preach the gospel of a free Zimbabwe.
Right. Thank you very much, General. And as I said, when I started, I was that person. I chagavan guti. We can ask Ripo as family. We ask Ripo as family. Right now, I work with the people that are there. So I will never abandon the people who support us to get where we are. I'm not going to move around looking for those who don't want to work. So, General, don't think one day you hear me in DGT.
Thank you, Gambakwe. Thank you. I always tell people also in Zephyr that we will still fight for the freedom of Zimbabwe, even if we are 2, even if we are 3. We will not look for anyone, and we will not convince anyone. Whoever needs convincing is not part of the struggle. We don't convince people. We don't look for people. If you understand what needs to be done, you don't need convincing. You don't need to be followed. You don't need to be asked. You just know what to do at any given moment. Zimbabwe should be a free world. It should be a country where people are free, be it economically, socially, and politically. So you don't need to convince anyone to see that Zimbabwe is still under colonization, mental colonization, that people need to be convinced or need to be followed around. And we will not follow people. And I thank you also, you have schooled me on that one also, Gambakwe, that this lesson I've learned it from you, that we don't have to follow anyone, we don't have to convince anyone. If you still need convincing, you are not part of the struggle, and we will not look for you.
Thank you very much, General. And I think let's bring this to an end. I'll talk to you again very, very soon.
Thank you, Gambakwe.
Right. Thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate you joining here. Please support what we're doing. Do not tire. And let's end up seeing something at the end of August. We'll assess, and our country will be much different. Thank you very much, everyone. And a good